Hello students, welcome to the today's session of the subject Design of Machine Elements 1. In this session, we will continue with our unit 2, that is design of shafts, keys and couplings. In the previous sessions, we have seen the design of shaft on different bases and using different stress theories. In this session, we will move forward with another theory, that is maximum principal stress theory. So using this theory we will design the shaft. So this theory gives us the equation, that is stress equal to sigma b by 2 plus root of sigma b by 2 square plus tau square. Here sigma b is the bending stress, tau is the shear stress. We have seen the value of sigma b, that is bending stress, in the previous lecture, and using that in this equation we got 16m by pi d cube plus root of 16m by pi d cube square plus the value of shear stress is 16t by pi d cube square. So we get the final equation for the maximum principal stress theory. The maximum principal stress sigma equal to 16 by pi d cube, taking outside, in bracket m plus square root of m square plus t square, where m is the moment and t is the torque. The equivalent bending moment me is given as m plus root of m square plus t square. The ASME scored the bending and twisting moment are to be multiplied by factors kb and kt in account for shock and fatigue in operating conditions. So the final equations for equivalent bending moment is me equal to multiplying m by kb, that is kbm plus kbm square plus kt t square. So this is the final equation for equivalent bending moment. Now move ahead with this. We will see the design of hollow shaft. Now the shear stress induced in the cross section of a solid shaft is 0 at the center and increases linearly to the maximum value at the outer surface. In case of solid shaft, shear stress induced in the material near the center is very less, and hence the strength of material near the center is not properly utilized. While in case of hollow shaft, there is a better utilization of strength of material, hence hollow circular cross section is economical as compared to that of solid circular cross section. A hollow shaft is also lighter in weight as compared to solid shaft. Now we will see the design of hollow shaft. Now we know that for round solid shaft, the polar moment of inertia J is equal to pi by 32 d raised to 4. So now for that hollow shaft, the polar moment of inertia can be written as J equal to pi by 32 do raised to 4 minus di raised to 4. Now here do is the outside diameter of the shaft and di is the inside diameter of the shaft, and r is outside diameter by 2. Substituting these values in the equation, that is T by J equal to tau by R, we get T by pi by 32 do raised to 4 minus di raised to 4 equal to tau divided by R, putting the value of R as d by 2. So taking T one side and other values to the other side, we get the final equation as T equal to pi by 16 into tau in bracket do raised to 4 minus di raised to 4 divided by do. Now here let K is ratio of inside diameter and outside diameter of the shaft. that is equal to di by do. So considering that k in the equation of torque, we get T equal to pi by 16 into tau. Taking do by do raised to 4 upon do, we get 1 minus di by do raised to 4. So the final equation becomes pi by 16 T tau into do cube into 1 minus k raised to 4, where k replaces di by do ratio. So this is the final equation for the hollow shaft. Now we know that for the round solid shaft, the moment of inertia I equal to pi by 64 d raised to 4 and y is d by 2. Now that for hollow shaft, the moment of inertia becomes I equal to pi by 64 do raised to 4 minus di raised to 4. Taking do raised to 4 outside, we get pi by 64 do raised to 4 1 minus k raised to 4, where k is di by do as we have seen in the last slide, and y becomes d0 by 2, that is outside diameter by 2. Substituting the values we have seen in the equation m by I equal to sigma b by y, we get m by pi by 64 do raised to 4 bracket 1 minus k raised to 4 equal to sigma b, that is bending stress, divided by putting the value of y, that is do by 2. So taking m to the one side and the other values to the right side, we get m equal to pi by 32 into sigma b do cube bracket 1 minus k raised to 4. That is the equation for the moment. Moving ahead with the design of shaft from different bases. Now we will see the design of shaft on torsional rigidity basis. Torsional rigidity is defined as the amount of resistance a cross section has against torsional deformation. In certain applications, it is necessary to design the shaft on the basis of torsional rigidity, that is for limiting value of angle of twist, that is theta. So the machine tool spindle, it is necessary to design the shaft on the basis of torsional rigidity. The angle of twist theta in radians is given by theta equal to mi by gj. So the converting theta from radians to degree, the equation becomes theta equal to 180 by pi into mi by gg. For solid circular shaft, the polar moment of inertia J is pi by 32 d raised to 4. So the combining equation A and equation B, we get the value of theta as theta equal to 584 ml by g t raised to 4. Now here in the above equations, theta is angle of twist in degree, L is length of shaft subjected to twisting moment mm, m is the torsional moment in Newton mm, g is the modulus of rigidity in Newton per mm square, and finally d is the shaft diameter in mm. So using these values, we get the angle of twist theta. Now in the next session, we will see the ASME code for the shaft design. Thank you.